early menopause or premature menopause. So, what do we call as early menopause or premature menopause? See, all of us are aware that the ideal age to start menstruation or to attain menarche is 12 to 13 years, and a late menarche can happen up to 16 years. So, when they have proper secondary sexual characteristics developed, it is not wrong in waiting till 16 years. With absence of secondary sexual characteristics, we have to work up the girl even if they are 14 or 14 plus. So once they attain menarche, we know that the reproductive potential has started for them, and the reproductive life stays good till 45 or at the most 50, depending on their ethnicity, the family genetic makeup, so on and so forth. But there are a lot of instances wherein people in younger age group like 25 years or 30 years have reported to us with oligomenorrhea, hypomenorrhea and amenorrhea. When we work upon these people, we find that they have very little oocyte pool, and then we want them to have an early pregnancy and so on. So, when we look into the issues of why these people land up having very low oocyte count or early menopause, we find that majority of them are constitutional, which mean like either her mother or her grandmother would have had this issue, which is getting reciprocated to her also. So this is very important to know whether constitutionally the females in the family have had an early menopause. And two, if so, we would look at the age at when the mother or the grandmother had had the menopause and her siblings, whether they have produced a child or whether they too are suffering from fertility. And two is exposure to radiations. Many people would have been exposed to radiations working in an X-ray department or a CT scan department, and without their knowledge they could have got themselves exposed to radiations, which could have decreased the number of oocytes they have and the oocyte pool. So this is the second main important reason for why they land up with low fertility. And three, they could have had a previous history of malignancy for which they have been treated with various chemotherapy drugs or radiotherapy drugs. Prior to use of all these chemotherapy, radiotherapy drugs, it is the responsibility of the treating onco-physician and to the co-consultants to inform them that following chemo or radiotherapy, they can land up exhausting all their gametes. So the importance of fertility preservation has to be stressed on them. If it is men, there should have been enough semen backup with sperms isolated and frozen for them, and if it is a female, they should have had enough of their oocytes frozen or the ovarian tissue frozen or their ovaries also frozen, so that it could be reimplanted or oocytes could be retrieved for them to conceive later. Similarly, these days, with lots of advancements, we find all these girls being exposed to all these electronic gadgets, like they move around with their mobiles, their iPads, without knowing that day-to-day exposure to all these things can lead to low fertility. And similarly, the food habits. Most of them tend to have lots of fast food foods, which includes all these burgers and all the day-to-day fast food foods which are available, like noodles, and with lots of preservatives, which on day-to-day basis when they conceive, they take lots of preservatives in their food, which lands up with premature menopause. So there should be lots of awareness about the food they take, the nutrition which taken in is going to take care of their gametes. There should be lots of stresses made on these things. And two, there should be lots of stresses on physical activity. The more the physical activity comes down, they tend to become overweight, obese, and even though they have gametes, having infertility or a baby becomes very challenging. And in those girls who have had a family history of early menopause, the awareness has to be created by the mother to the girl, and the screening should have started very much earlier, probably even as soon as they attain their menarche or even before that. So what are all the investigations available to make sure whether they have enough egg pool or not is basic ultrasound. to look at the ovaries, whether the ovarian volume is good, whether they have enough amount of antral follicles in both the ovaries, and to look at the development of the uterus. And the second most important investigation is their day 2 basal follicle stimulating hormone level. We do a follicle stimulating hormone on the second day of the menstrual cycle or any time when they walk in, and we look at the values, and depending on the values we are able to let them know what the prognosis is. Based on the laboratory, the most of the lab follow a cutoff as 10 for the follicle stimulating hormone. Anywhere less than 10, probably 6 or 8 is said to be ideal. Close to 10 is said to be mild, above 10 but less than 15 is said to be moderate, and more than 15 is said to be very alarming. Similarly, the most significant test is their anti-Mullerian hormone, which is not being influenced by any medicines or by the timing of their menstrual cycle. So depending on the value of the anti-Mullerian hormone, we would be letting them know about their fertility potential. So most of the laboratories follow a value between 2 to 5. So when it goes less than 2, we tell them that the fertility potential looks low, and we want them to have an early child. Similarly, values more than 5 can either be due to PCOS or some granulosa cell tumors. So once we know the pool is very less, it is necessary to act very fast to preserve their fertility. If needed, it is good to preserve the oocytes, so that even if they plan to have a late marriage, they could have an embryo or a baby of their own from the frozen oocytes. So we have had lots of talks, lots of discussions, and lots of awareness programs about early menopause or premature menopause and how to preserve their fertility. These days we can preserve the oocytes, we can take the ovarian tissue and preserve it, or the ovaries itself could be taken, preserved and re-implanted later into their body. So it's only thing the people who are interested have to consult the necessary doctors regarding how these preservations can be done and how they could have their fertility maintained and have their own embryo at a later date. Thank you.